Another area that's important when you're building a greenfield SaaS product and you have your eye on SOC2 compliance is to start thinking about your operational controls. Now, this isn't necessarily about lines of code always, but it is about the infrastructure that you put into place to build and operate your code. And that's not just, people think operation controls is just, do we have security? Do we have monitoring? But it's several other things that we want to think about. One of those is incident response. So some companies have all of their developers wearing pagers, and when there's a problem with the site, a hack or a downtime or a major bug, they page developers and everyone's on rotation call. Some have dedicated ops teams, some have incident response teams, but you need to be clear on what your incident response protocol is. It needs to be documented. That's one of the things the SOC 2 auditors are going to look at. And so while this sometimes feels like it's just an IT guy or a lawyer writing a policy, it really should be something that involves your dev team. And we like to try to have the dev team understand that so that they can actually build it into their tools and processes. And that's what we do with Bulwark, is we try to give an informed opinion on incident response. If you use Bulwark, you're still going to design your own incident response protocol. Are you on call? Do you have pager duty? Are you sending alarms to people via text message, or do you have an escalation plan? And some good incident response protocols do things like have designated incident commander. Could be anybody. There's no rank here. You're just the one whose job is to be control of flow of information and making sure everyone's on the right path. But you need to design incident response protocols that take into account things like the first thing we do is mitigate the problem. The next thing we do is come up with a fix. The next thing we do is come up with a postmortem action report about how we could have avoided this, or post-action report that we need to be able to say, this is where we want to go, improve this so it doesn't happen again. But you don't just get a page in the middle of the night and start trying to find the root cause. You just try to stem the bleeding. Think about it like an ER doc. Maybe the root cause is you didn't eat your vegetables, but right now they just got to get your heart going again. That's what we want to think about incident response. And when you show that to your SOC 2 auditor, that shows that you've thought about this and that you're intentional. And so when things do happen, you're not just kind of going off the cuff.